Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good mornings. All right, so if you are coming on, thank you so much for joining. And if you could help me to tap the screen, I'd be so appreciative of that. I want you to help me to tap the screen so we could, get some people in. We're going to talk US immigration today. And you, of course, can drop your questions and I'll see how best I can answer them for you. I know a lot has been happening, especially with the countries that are on the banned list and how it is now affecting immigration on a whole for people from those areas. So it's not just the fact that they cannot enter the US, even their adjustment of status and the immigration processes inside the US, is now being affected. Again, remember everything we're going to be discussing today is educational resources and none of it should be understood as legal advice. It's still the holiday period, and so I would expect that a lot of you are still celebrating. A lot of you, especially those who are going through the marriage-based process right now, are taking all those pictures because those pictures are needed for or to show proof that your marriage is legitimate. So make sure you're doing all of that. God bless. Good morning. Thank you so much for coming on. Somebody here, Thick Barbie says, do you think my husband needs to complete I-751 after 2-year conditional? Yes. Once your husband was issued a 2-year conditional green card, he would need to do the I-751, which is the application to remove the conditions, right? And he would typically need to do this at least 1 year and 9 months in having a green card to remove the conditions. And once the conditions are removed, then he gets what is called a 10-year green card. Now, sometimes, or what we've been seeing them doing is that they're extending the green card that they have. And sometimes when they extend it and he would have had a green card for like 3 years, you guys are still married, then he could actually naturalize there. All right, so that's an option for him. But yes, he would need to do the 751. If you need some help with that, you can always reach out to us. You could text or call our number 850-920-3475. Okay. Guys, remember to tap the screen and share the live, okay? Somebody says 601A processing time. They're taking anywhere from 18 months to up to 4 or 5 years, okay? They're taking a very long time because guess what? A lot of people are applying for 601A waivers because a lot of people came through the border. A lot of people came through the border, and not just the fact that a lot of people came through the border, a lot of people came through the border, they got married, and now they need to do this waiver to pardon the unlawful presence in order to progress to a green card. So it's taking a long time. And then guess what? They sometimes prolong these cases because it sometimes hurt you, right? And as you see, they're doing everything to make it harder right now. So they do take a long time. Okay, somebody says my biometrics is coming up soon. My partner works on that day. Your biometrics is for you alone. It's not for you and your partner. So if it's just the biometrics appointment, it's just you alone, not you and your partner. And yes, you need to go. All right. Somebody says here, do you have military parole in place? Yes, we do. Nakisha, thank you for asking. Somebody says, what can I do to adjust my status from CAT? So here's the thing. You have CAT, right? Which is the Convention Against Torture. It means that you were already ordered removed. You were already ordered removed, but because of whatever was going on, you were given protection under CAT. It means that in order for you to adjust status now, you will need to reopen your case. You need to get your case reopened, right? And so you'd have to go back to that same judge, asking that judge to reopen the case because now your situation has changed. And after your case is reopened, it will place you back into removal proceedings, and then you'll be able to file, not even an adjustment, but to file as if as the instruction says for someone who is in removal proceedings. All right, so just remember, once you have CAT, it means that you were already ordered removed. All right, somebody says, do you do classes for someone wanting to start a business? I do not, but I can recommend you to someone who do classes. If you're looking for some sort of mentorship though, I can also, I can mentor you to whatever business you're trying to start. I want to consider myself as kind of like a serial entrepreneur. I have multiple businesses and they do pretty well. Okay. Somebody says, how many biometrics get scheduled for filing? So 2. So they're currently scheduling 2 biometrics now for people who are filing VAWA. They're doing one under I-360, and they're also doing one under 485. All right. Just take both notices with you, and you will only do 1 biometrics, okay? Just make sure that you carry both notices with you. All right, somebody says, can I add my 35-year-old son to immigrate with me to the United States? No, your son is 35-year-old. That's an adult, not a child. A child would be considered somebody under 21, but your son is 35-year-old. After interview, how long does it take to get results for 485? No, it really depends. In some cases, we see people getting interviews right away. For example, we had a case yesterday. They went in for their interview, and the officer already approved the I-130, but they're doing, some more investigation before they go ahead and approve the 485. All right. Others, they've been told to wait 120 days. Some wait a week, some wait 2 weeks, some wait a month. Some have been waiting over 120 days on a decision on the 45, and they still have not yet gotten one. And so it really depends, as I said earlier. Okay. Somebody says, I keep seeing that the case will be denial if we don't live together, if he lives on base. So here's the thing. What immigration is looking for is the fact that you and your spouse lives together. All right. And so if you get married to somebody in the army, that is a ticket for them to get off base. So that's a ticket for them to get off base, or unless they're going to live in military housing, both of you together. But that's a ticket for them to get out of barracks, right? And they can rent an apartment somewhere or buy a house or somewhere, and you live together. So immigration is looking to see that you guys are living together, all right? And all the things that they ask for when they want to see that you guys are living together. Guys, if you could help me to tap the screen, please. I'm trying to go to 10K likes. Help me to tap the screen. I'd be appreciative of that. Okay. So you have to show that you guys are living together. Now, there are instances where people file, they're not living together, but yet their cases are approved. And this is because there are certain circumstances. For example, I might not be living together with my spouse because my spouse is attending university in this state, or whatever the case may be. But we can show proof, and we can show that, hey, my spouse comes home every other weekend. I go to that state every other weekend, and I can show all the flights. You understand? But if you cannot show that you're living together, or there is some circumstances that is causing you to live apart, and show proof that you're maintaining the relationship, then you may have difficulties. All right. Somebody says, can I add, you keep asking the question whether or not you can add your 35-year-old son. Your 35-year-old son cannot be added. That's an adult. All right. I filed VAWA and I got biometrics appointment notice in in less than a month. Is that normal? Yes, yes. So they have changed the filing address for VAWA, and they have now speeding up the process again. All right, so yes, that change, and things are moving faster. With VAWA, you also see that the rules have changed as it relates to VAWA, and so just bear all of that in mind. Somebody says, what if he lives on the army base and I live with his parents? Why is he living on the army base and you guys are married? What if you get pregnant for another with a pending vacation case? I don't understand when you say a pending vacation case. So you're saying you have a pending case and you got pregnant for somebody else other than your spouse? Is that what you're saying? Somebody says, what if your US spouse is using you for marriage benefits? What if your US spouse is using you for marriage benefits? What are you using them for? Because sometimes marriage is like that. Sometimes marriage is like that, and unfortunately I should not be speaking like this, but sometimes marriage is like that because you get married to the person, they get an increase in salary and they get some sort of benefits, and then you end up get one green card. So, sometimes marriage is like that. Somebody says, hey, which biometric appointment can be attended if the dates are different? Attend the first one and take the notice for the other one too. All right. So attend the first one. After RFE for initial evidence was submitted, tax information, how soon before an interview date? Sometimes they may even send you the interview date before you submit. All right, but I cannot tell you that you're going to get an interview date right away or in 2 weeks. Typically, when they issue you an RFE, you are placed on a hold for you got 87 days to respond to it, right? And so you kind of put one side for 87 days, sort of. Why is it that Otisha is not listening? Why is it Otisha is not listening? She keeps sending the same message over and over. I already said to you that it is normal for you now to be given your VAWA receipt notice in under a month and be scheduled for biometrics. Yes, it is. Do you know how long USCIS usually take to charge your bank account? Documents received. So for the cases that I've submitted, I've noticed that USCIS is charging the account within a week or two of them submitted. The submission. So I'm not sure, why they would not have charged your account just yet. I got my work permit in a month. Does that mean my case will be approved quickly? No. So you getting your work permit is not an indication that your case is going to even be approved. Okay? You get your work permit because, you applied for it as a part of the process, and maybe the gods are good to you because a lot of people are not even getting approved work permits anymore. But congratulations on the approval of your work permit. Now you can, get a job, get your ID, make sure your ID is matching your spouse and all of that. And all the best for your case. All right. Somebody says, I got my work permit in a month. Does that, I think that was a question I was answering just now. And again, I'm answering the question, hey, which biometrics appointment can be attended if the dates are different? And I did say attend the first one and take the notice for the second with you. I did put my spouse stuff for a green card since January. They never said anything back to me. Did you get your receipt notices, Jay? What if your US spouse is using you? And we talked about that already too. Somebody says, how much should it cost to get a travel document? It's $675. That's a government fee that you pay for the travel document. Somebody says, can I file for my 21-year-old son to the US? Yes, if you're a US citizen or a green card holder, yes, you can petition for your 25-year-old son to come to the US. All right, somebody says here, all right, somebody says, will they arrest people at the immigration office for visa? I don't know. They arrest people for different reasons. A lot of people get arrested because they already have removal orders, some because they have some sort of criminal record. So it really depends on your situation. All right. Can I file for my 21-year-old son to the US? Yes, you can. What I do after denial and no divorce. So you apply for a marriage-based adjustment, the case was denied, and you said you weren't divorced. Then if you're not divorced and you're still living with your spouse, you may want to either reapply or something. If you want to talk some more about that, you could text or call us 850-920-3475 and let's talk about it. All right, and let's see how we can help you. Somebody says, good morning. Do you do green card renewal? Yes. Yes, Rosie, go ahead, reach out to us, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, I got my green card 2021. I came to the United States legally. Should I apply for naturalization 2021? How did you come in? Did your parents file for you? Was it a spouse? Who petitioned for you? Was it employment based? How did you come in? Guys, keep tapping the screen. We're trying to go to 10K likes real quick. Keep tapping the screen for me, okay? All right. Somebody says, what if we subleased with both our names on it? That's perfect. All right. What services are you offering for consultation? We do immigration. Immigration. Hey, Arlene, happy holidays to you. All right. Somebody says, can a green card holder file for their spouse who is in the US with an F1 visa? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. No, I sent that question long ago, but you didn't see it. Okay. All right. Got it. Somebody says, I was asked to do medical. I was asked to do medical before my final decision. Yes, if immigration asks you to do the medical, go and do the medical. There's no question there. How much should it cost to get a travel document? Remember, $675. That's what you pay to the government. The comments are behind. I heard you. Thank you. No problem. Somebody says, can they file I-730 for me to enter the United States? I was deported for a felony. So you were deported and I-730, you could try your luck. You might need to do a 212 waiver first, though. All right. Somebody's all right. Is that BOBO? You're asking what happened after denial? Go ahead and reach out to us, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475, and let's talk some more. Somebody says, how long does the VAWA receipt take these days? No, they're taking very fast. Within 2 weeks' time, you're getting VAWA receipts right now if you're just applying right now. For those who applied a couple months ago, yes, they're still taking some time. We're getting a lot of them now, but they've taken like a good 6 months thereabout to be issued. All right. Hey, Lacey, thank you so much. Somebody says, I got a green card in 2021, and we talked about that before. I asked you, how did you get the green card? And, to see whether or not you would be ready for naturalization. Now you can reach out to us, 850-920-3475, and let's talk some more. Somebody says, does pending U visa protect you from? Yes. So you could use that as a protection from deportation. Yes. Many days after I get VAWA receipt notice. Okay. Well, congratulations that you have received it. That's a good part there. Hey, Davi. Somebody says, what if we have a sublease in both of our names? And I did say that that's actually good. So if you don't have an actual lease, but a sublease, that also works. Make sure that, you get it notarized or something of that sort. All right. Somebody says, I was asked to do a medical before my final decision. What does that mean? What type of case are you doing? And if you're doing a case and immigration asks you for medical, why are you questioning it? That's the question. Why are you questioning it? If you're doing a case and immigration says, I need to make a final decision, but we need your medical, why are you questioning it? Everybody that applies for a green card has to do a medical. They must do the medical. Because USCIS is also looking to see that there are no communicable diseases. You came here as a refugee and you said you've had a green card for 5 years? Happy holidays. Somebody says, how long the process takes to file for your 21-year-old son to the US? It depends. It may take 1 to 2 years or more. 1 to 3 years or more, sorry. I have my interview in 2 weeks from now. Well, that's good. That's good. All right, that's good. All right, somebody says, will Nigerians in the US still get EAD if they apply? Yes, they can apply, but it has become even more challenging for them now to be qualified for the immigration benefits because of what's happening, because they're also on the banned list, okay? Somebody says, what about... Judy says, you are looking handsome today, Jay. Thank you so much, Judy. Somebody says, does pending, and this question was asked already, does a pending U visa protect you from deportation? Yes. You can use that as a defense against deportation. What about if you're married to a US citizen and the person who was diagnosed with breast cancer? So that doesn't affect your green card. All right, it doesn't affect your green card. How long after 485 approval does it usually take to get the card? 1 to 2 weeks and you have the card in your hand. How much do you charge for a consultation and what time? So consultation is $97. You can text or call us right now, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Text or call us right now and you can get on the calendar for today. Okay? Somebody says, if I was granted asylum and I am adjustment and I have received a letter for my biometrics. Yes, go ahead and do your biometrics. Biometrics is an important aspect of the adjustment of status process, you know, whichever, depending, it doesn't matter the category that you apply under. All right. All right, somebody says here, I didn't get an invite for my conditional green card. Will get an interview to remove conditions. Have you already applied to remove the conditions from your green card? Somebody says, does pending U visa protect you? You keep asking the same question over and over and over and not listening for the answer, I think. Can an overstay minor return to the US? Is the visa still good though? Mrs. Smith, good morning. Is it safe for my sister to travel on advance parole? That's a call that you and your sister and your attorney will have to make on your own. Somebody's asking, can I start I-130 for mom while she's visiting on a visa to return home? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Suppose I missed my ICE check-in in August. I had court in July, but I didn't have an attorney yet. So if you miss your ICE check-in, you may want to reschedule to do your check-in. When you miss your ICE check-in and those stuff, you're basically telling the government that you're not credible and that you're a flight risk. And so, you know, they oftentimes will use this against you in court, especially if you get, for example, detained. They will always use it against you to say, listen, you know, they missed all their ICE check-in or they missed ICE check-in, which means that they're a flight risk, okay? How long does it take when you file for your child? It depends. It takes 1 to 2 years, sometimes 3. I understand that you were so scared. I understand, but you can't miss those things, all right? Living in MA, but the biometrics appointment is scheduled in the safe address. Whichever is easiest for you to go and do it. You can actually do the biometrics anywhere. All right? My green card interview has been canceled. What could be the reason? I'm not sure. They should reschedule it for you pretty soon, though. They typically reschedule within 30 to 45 days' time. How are you? What happened if you have an asylum at immigration court if you don't report to ICE? So as I was saying, you know, the opposing counsel might use the fact that you didn't do your ICE report and attack your credibility. But you know, you might be given an opportunity to tell your case. All right. If you're on filing, will it affect your visa application? In some cases it does, some cases it may not. All right. It depends on the officers. Visas are discretionary. If married to a green card holder, can you get your own? Sorry, can you get your own? Or if you, so you'd have to wait until they become a citizen, unless you're in the US and in good status and is able to leave to go to the consulate. All right, but the green card holder cannot adjust your status. Do you only do cases in the US? Well, When you say only cases in the US, what do you mean? So we do US immigration, right? But it doesn't matter whether if you're trying to immigrate to the US, and yes, we can help you. Guys, again, remember everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice. Somebody says, child under 15 take how long? 1 to 2 years thereabout. Suppose I missed my ICE check-in in August. You asked that already, and I answered you. Is it hard to get a waiver if you have a misdemeanor and an expired visa for a U.S. citizen spouse? Is a misdemeanor, I'm not sure how much it affects you getting a green card. It's always good to talk with an attorney who can evaluate whether or not it will affect your case. We have an attorney on our team if you want to reach out to us, 850-920-3475. Somebody says, my green card interview has been canceled. What could be the reason? And as I said, it could be many reasons, but they will typically reschedule it. So just look out for the new date. All right. Says you have already applied. Somebody says, do the asylum cases still pause? Yes, asylum cases at USCIS, there's still a pause. In court, they're still adjudicating case, and they're denying them a lot. Okay. How long after applying for your work permit will you receive it, reaching the 180-day mark? So there's no guarantee that you'll get it after or at the 180-day mark. Sometimes you get it 3 months after, 6 months after. Sometimes you get it real fast, though. Is it safe for my sister to travel on advance parole? Please, you asked that question, and I did tell you that that's a decision you, your sister, and your attorney will have to make on your own. All right, somebody says message is lagging. Thank you. Okay. Oh my God. So I applied for 2-year green card. I only got one, and they said they sent the other, but I didn't get it. Huh? I applied for 2 green cards. You apply for 2 green cards? Like one person, 2 green card? I don't understand. Explain that to me. Hey, Janet, happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to you, Janet. If married to a green card holder, and I think I answered this one already. If you're married to a green card holder, you will not be able to adjust status in the US, right? If you're in good status and can leave to do the consular processing, then you could do that. But otherwise, you'd have to wait till the person become a US citizen. All right. But I was wondering if I was going to get an interview now because I didn't get one for my 2-year. Okay, I understand. So they're scheduling interviews right now for everybody. So yes, so if you didn't get one for your 2-year, more than likely you're going to get one to remove the conditions from the green card. Yes. How long it takes to get a decision made after you reopen your case? Did you reopen the case with whom? With the court? How long it takes for asylum cases to get approved? It really depends. There's some people are waiting a long time now. They're moving very fast with asylums. You may apply today and be scheduled for an interview within 30 days. Understand? Good morning. Do you need a new I-485 when adjusting your status under VAWA? Did you already file one before? Did you already file one before? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Yes, there's still a pause on asylum. Is it normal to get interview date before your work permit? Yes, it's totally normal. There's no guarantee that you were even going to get that you were even going to get a work permit anyway. All right, so yes. I sent in an RFP for 45 since 2024 and no answer. Have you followed up with them? And what else have you done? What else have you done? Good morning, sir. I'm just joining. Can the TPS protect? Yes, TPS protects you from deportation. So it's temporary protected status and it protects you from deportation. All right. Somebody says, is it hard to get a waiver if you have a misdemeanor and an expired visa? I mean, you apply for the waiver. Apply for it. It may take some time, but yes, apply for it. Good morning. Do you need, I think I answered that. My naturalization oath ceremony was canceled. Should I apply again? No, you don't apply again. You wait until they reschedule your oath ceremony. I sponsor my husband to get a 10-year green card, and he moved out 1 year. Can I report him? That's your call, Charnette. And I don't know what's the basis that you're reporting your husband on. The fact that he moved out? TPS is temporary protected status, and as it says, it's temporary and it protects you from deportation temporarily. All right. Hey Jay, good morning. Congratulations once again. Happy New Year in advance. Thank you so much, God's own girl. Thank you. Do you advise one to go for an interview now since things are tough? If you're scheduled for an interview, make sure you attend. If you don't attend, what would you do in the alternative? Right? Because you'd waste all that money. I'm having B1, B2 visit visa, but because of my medical conditions, can I renew it? Sure, why would you not renew the visa? I got a 2-year green card without an interview, and that's what I'm saying. So now that you're removing the conditions, they're more than likely willing to schedule an interview for you. All right. Somebody says, is it true that they are turning down people applying for citizenship? The people who are a part of the banned countries, yes, they are. They are. Let me move on. What? Let me move on. You're wasting my time. Okay. So I paid $1,000 for asylum processing fee. What's next? So you're just waiting for them to schedule an interview or maybe a hearing on your case. Can Nigerians in the US still change their status? You can still apply, but it's just that they've made the processing a little harder or more difficult for you. Okay? How long it takes for asylum case to be approved? It really depends. There's no hard or fast rule that says it's going to approved within. So ideally, your asylum you should get a decision on your asylum within 180 days, and this is what this administration is trying to do. They're trying to speed up the process to make sure that within 6 months you have a decision on your asylum, because it also helps them with their deportation efforts. Okay, should I be scared to do my biometrics if I have an NTA? No, you should not be scared, because here's the thing. The court is going to require that you get your biometrics done. And if you don't do your biometrics, then the court can terminate your case, all right, on the failure of you not doing your biometrics. So yes, you need to make sure you do your biometrics. Getting appointments via mail, but it's not showing up in case status. Should I be worried? No, you should not be worried. If you get the appointment via mail, make sure you go and attend your appointment. Somebody says, I want to file spousal visa for my fiance. What's holding you back? We can help. 850-920-3475. 2128 waiver granted last year and green card. Is it okay to travel internationally? Yes, you have a green card. It gives you the privilege of traveling. All right. How long after a case is reopened? How long will it take to get a decision? So, what are you in court? What can green card holders, that question is not completed. I came to the US as a refugee. I have a green card for 5 years. Is it safe? Yes, it is. What country are you from though? I'm trying to schedule an appointment for today. I'm not going to be able. I'm not going to get to the number. Okay. So the number is also on WhatsApp, you know. You could text the number on WhatsApp. 850-920-3475. You could text it on WhatsApp. If you did your biometrics before filing VAWA, how long it takes to get the work permit? You doing the biometrics is no indication that you're even going to get the work permit, okay? Just bear that in mind. Hey, 1-520, somebody says, happy holidays. What about asylum seekers in 2026? Will things change? If things change for asylum seekers, it's making it more difficult, because that's all they're doing. They're making the processes more difficult because the intention is to slow down migration. All right. My naturalization oath ceremony was cancelled. Should I apply again? No, you should not. I have been waiting for interview for more than 2 years. Unfortunately, there are some people waiting for interview for a long time. What have you been doing to encourage them to schedule an interview for you? Immigration, my daughter 824 was denied, but not my 485. After that, I filed 290B for my son. I want to hear more wife type. What's going on? Where's your daughter located? Why are you doing an 824? Good morning. How long one has to wait after biometrics for naturalization? So you applied for naturalization, you're scheduled for biometrics, now you're waiting for them to schedule the interview. Typically, the process takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months. Can my daughter file for me? Yes, your daughter can if your daughter is a U.S. citizen. I came to the U.S. as a refugee. I have a green card for 5 years. Is it safe to apply for naturalization now, depending on your country? Yes. All right. Good morning. I'm trying to get the number to set an appointment for today. Go ahead and text the number 850-920-3475 or WhatsApp us 850-920-3475 or call 850-920-3475. Okay? Somebody says, can Nigerians in the US adjust their status? Because they can apply for it. It's just that it has become a little bit more difficult for them. All right? Good morning. Can a I-130 form protect you in any way while your spouse is a green card holder? Not really, but if you're in deportation, you might be able to use it as a defense, but it may slow down, but it may not stop deportation, if that makes sense. All right. Can Nigerians in the US still adjust status? Yes, they can. Jay, how long does it take for your son who is in the army to file for his mom? 1 to 2 years. And that should happen. All right. Hey, sir, what is an alien on arrival? So when you come into the country, right, you're either considered as an arriving alien. Oh my God, there are 2 classes, an arriving alien or I don't remember the other class, but if you're an arriving alien, that's where it becomes difficult. All right. Good morning. Can someone from a banned country be able to ROR from 2-year green card? Yes. ROC? Yes. I filed for I-130 for my husband. It's over a year. I haven't heard anything. Yes, you can file an expedite if you want some help. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. All right, somebody says, is it okay for a asylee to travel with real ID in the US? Yes, but again, travel decisions are to be made by you and your attorney, okay? Good morning, Saucy. Thank you so much for joining. Somebody says, I would like to know if a person that was deported 10 years ago can. Yes, they can. So if they were deported and they spent their time, yes, they can. They can. Good morning, Arlene. Thank you so much. Is withholding of removal safe from deportation? You're not. So you have withholding of removal because you were already ordered deported. It's just that they could not send you back to your home country because of what was going on, and so you were offered withholding of removal. They can actually send you to a safe third country, which you're doing to a lot of people right now. All right. Somebody says, can someone seek asylum from Ghana at this time? In order to seek asylum, you have to be inside the US, okay? I got an RFE 23rd of December, says I was arrested on June 3. Were you arrested on June 3, Saucy? Were you arrested? Good morning, sir, just joining. After getting an approval notice, what to do? So if you get an approval notice, what type of case? What type of case are you doing and you get an approval notice? Is it 20 days? Do you think I should apply for VAWA? Is in 20 days, do you think I should apply for VAWA? Oh, your interview's in 20 days and... No, I don't understand. What's going on, Arlene? I don't understand. I want to apply for a visa. How do I go about it? You can reach out and I can connect you with a travel agent or somebody of that sort that can help you with the visa. My husband moved out after a year. I believe I was used for the green card. That's why I want to report him. Okay, but that's your call, okay? I filed I-130 for my husband. It's over a year. I haven't heard anything. Can I expedite it? Yes, you can. Somebody says, can an I-130 protect? Can an I-130 form protect you while your spouse waits on citizenship? Not really, but sort of. Good morning. If your case is at NVC, can you add just my status? Adjust your status. Oh, can you adjust your status? Where are you located? I got RFE 23rd of December. They said I was arrested on the 2023 June, and it's not true. So you need to respond to it, and you need to show evidence that you were not arrested. If you want some help with that, go ahead and reach out to us, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Once I do the naturalization process in the US, what would that mean for my Jamaican citizenship? Not a thing. Still a Jamaican. Not a thing. You're still a Jamaican. All right? All right. Let me see if I can catch up back with all of these. It is a lot. Is it true that they are locked up in that they're going to lock up people at USS interview? Only some people, and it depends on their situation. If I go home married, my other half, can I file on my green card? I don't understand. So you have a green card and you go home and you marry your other half and you want to know if you can file for them? Yes, you can. All right. Somebody's asking, what about TPS? It's temporary protected status and it protects you from deportation. My husband got a 221G paper. It has been 7 months and they give me the visa. What can I do? And they didn't give me the visa. Were you denied? That's what you're saying? How do you know if my ex who comes here, fiance, apply for removal of green card conditions? I divorced her. So even if you divorced her, she still can apply to remove the conditions, unfortunately. All right? Good day. I received a receipt notice for I-765 for the T visa. It's almost 6 months. What's next? So you're waiting on the adjudication of both the work permit and the T visa. All right? I need to file for my fiancé in Ghana. What's the process? Call us, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. This year, we did do an application, I-130 for someone in Ghana. It took 6 months and it was approved. And we have already done everything consular. We're just waiting on the interview. All right? Someone says, good morning. If your case at NVC, can you adjust status? And I'm asking where you're located, inside or outside of the US. If you are scheduled for an interview and don't go, what will happen? They'll deny your case and place you in removal proceedings. So if you're scheduled for an interview, it is in your best interest to attend. Otherwise, they will deny the case and place you in removal proceedings, okay? What's the process for a green card for my 12-year-old? I'm a green card holder. Where is your 12-year-old located? In the US? It has to be consular processing. So you file an I-130, and once it's approved, then you go to the consulate and come back with the child. Okay? Jay, can you help my friend with divorce? Tell your friend to reach out to 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Good morning. Did apply in March for my citizenship. I got my appointment in August 1st. Needed 174 more days. Okay. Good morning. I have a US passport. Is it safe to go to my country, Mali? Yes, you're a US citizen. You can travel wherever you want to go. What's the process for a green card for my, I think I answered that just now. Good morning. I received my receipt notice. I think I answered that also. My I-130 is approved, but they have sent my son green card. My own is not yet. What can I do? Just wait until they have approved yours, okay? My daughter overstayed her time. I'm a green card holder. Is there any chance I can... How old is your daughter? All right. Children who are under the age of 18, they do not accrue unlawful presence. So you can file the I-130 petition. Once it's approved, then you'll do consular processing for the child as long as they remain under the age of 18, as long as they're still under the age of 18. Good day. I received the receipt notice for TV. So you're just waiting on the adjudication of that case. Can a green card holder file for parent? No, they cannot. All right. You need to be a U.S. citizen in order to do that. Yes, the number is on WhatsApp. It's 850-920-3475. The number is on WhatsApp, 850-920-3475. Good morning. Can you travel on an audit stamp? So you're saying you have the stamp in your passport? I don't understand when you say audit stamp. I don't understand. If I'm illegal in Canada and my spouse is in the US, can he come marry me? Yes. I am currently in Atlanta. So, but I'm also based out of Panama City, but I'm currently in Atlanta. I have an H-2B visa. Can I apply for B2 for my child without myself? You could apply for is it what? There's an accompanying visa for family members who are on H-2B. But yes, you can apply for the visitor visa for your child. I'm from Togo, and my father do the I-130 petition. My case is at NVC. Will I get my interview in 2026? It depends on the visa bulletin. All right. How can someone get their green card without marriage? It depends. If you're already in the US and you have overstayed, then only humanitarian options can help you to get a green card without being married. All right. For a lot of people, their options have become limited, and it's just limited to getting married. All right. So you guys will have to start dating. Somebody says, "How long after work permit receive my receipt 5 months ago?" How long after work permit receive my receipt 5 months ago? There's no specific time in which you will receive it. All right. Somebody says, "Are affirmative cases application strong? Do they normally get through?" Yes, I've gotten affirmative asylums approved, but now there's a pause on the adjudication of those. Good morning. If I spend 2 months in the US on your visit visa, on your first visit visa, can I travel back within 4 months? Well, it's your call, right? One other thing, you have to make sure that you're showing proof that you're not coming here to work or doing anything like that. All right, guys, can you help me to tap the screen? We are at 16K likes and we're trying to go to 20K likes. Help me to tap the screen real quick, please. Please, please, please. I want to withdraw an I-130 application. All right, you need to contact USCIS in order to do that. Somebody says, need help with my green card. All right, go ahead and give us a call, 850-920-3475. All right, Donna B, 850-920-3475. All right, give us a call and let's help you. Someone I know has an expired work permit, how to renew it? As long as they are still within the category that allows them to renew the work permit, they can renew it. They can also reach out to us, 850-920-3475, and we'll help them to do it, okay? My work permit was denied, and I got a mail, and it says my asylum was denied but it still shows online. So if your asylum was denied, it means you no longer have a case, you no longer qualify for work permit, and you more than likely, if your asylum was with USCIS, is now going to replace in removal proceedings. And if you were already in removal proceedings, you more than likely would have been ordered removed. Okay? Somebody says, good morning. Where are you located? I'm located anywhere you want me to be. Today, I'm in Atlanta. Tomorrow, I perhaps could be Nashville. The day after that, I could be in New York. It's wherever you want me to be. All right? But I'm based in Atlanta and Florida. Okay? All right. Somebody says, how long for work permit take? You keep asking that question. Could you please answer my question, please? Okay. My wife is a U.S. citizen, joined the Army. Hey, Jamro Caramel. My wife is a U.S. citizen, joined the Army. I'm in Benin, and we start I-130 from since April 2024. So you just got to wait until that is approved, and then hopefully when that is approved, maybe the ban is lifted. All right. Somebody says, I came with C1D visa for ship. Is it safe to apply for asylum now? If you qualify for it, and so there's a pause on asylum anyway. So if you apply, it's not like, much is going to happen. Maybe they'll deny it because that's what they're doing. They're denying a lot of cases. All right. Pending asylum case, marriage to an active duty military. Can I file and travel to Hawaii? I'm sorry, you can file, but traveling to Hawaii, I don't know much about that. Contact your attorney before you do any traveling at all. All right. Good morning. Just got work permit and SSN. have court date February for asylum. Can I get married? So anybody ICBB can get married, okay? Once you're in love, definitely anybody can get married at all. So it's just once you're in love, you just go ahead and get married, okay? All right, somebody says, I applied for I-130 for my husband who lives in Belgium since almost 2 years now. So it typically takes 1 to 2, maybe 3 years, but you can go ahead and maybe request an expedite on that. If you want some help, reach out to us, 850-920-3475. The person who's asking if they came on a C1D visa, if they can apply for asylum. Once you can show proof that your life is in danger, should you return home? Yes, you can. But again, there's a pause on asylum, so you want to make sure that you're being properly screened before applying for asylum, because this may put you in removal proceedings, all right? All right, my work permit was denied and I got a mail to says my asylum was denied. So I talked on that before. If your asylum was denied, depending on where you had applied, you might find yourself either in removal proceedings or being removed. Okay? Need to book an appointment with you? All right, go ahead and text or call 850-920-3475 or 850-920-3475. Text or call that number right now. And if there's a wait, if you're not getting through to anybody and that number, go ahead and text or call 850-378-1014. That's 850-378-1014. Someone there will assist you. All right, good morning. How long 601? They may take anywhere from 18 months to 4 years. All right, somebody... I'm a green card holder. I'm sorry. What's online consultation? If you don't know what that is, then maybe this is not for you. Somebody says, how long after you sending your evidence you get a response? It really depends, 1-520. It really depends. I got my asylum and I have an I-94, want to apply for my green card. Go ahead, Javis, and reach out to us, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Can someone with a federal hold be released? It depends. What about J1? They're denying almost all of those J1 waiver requests. They're denying almost all of them. All right. Somebody says, I applied for N600 for my son. Upon submission, I didn't get the confirmation email yet, but my card was charged. Okay. Have you gotten a receipt notice? And you perhaps didn't even have to do an N600. All right. F1 student, my passport was lost with my visa. Should I risk it and go back home to replace it? Wow, that's kind of tough. That's kind of tough. It's going to be your call though, but it's kind of tough. Pending asylum case, married to an active duty military. Yes, you can file and live on base. Okay, you want to file and then go and live on base with him. Yeah, I can see that. Somebody said third safe country. Where is that? Good morning, sir. Just joining after getting an approval notice. What to do? You wait for the green card. Morning and blessings. Happy New Year's. Many more prosperity. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm doing 601 waiver for my husband. He's in Jamaica. Around 3. Yeah, it will take some time, honestly. J1 teachers applying for waiver right now. It may get denied. I'm just telling you the truth. It may get denied. What basis are you applying for the waiver for? All right. Somebody says, can he file for me without going back home? Who? All right, guys, so I'm seeing all the comments, the questions, right? But they're kind of mixed up, they're jumbled up. And so it seems like you guys are asking them more than once. I guess it's how I'm going through them. Again, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, you can do so by texting or calling 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Someone is right there responding to you now. It's $97 to talk with me for 30 minutes. So it's 850-920-3475. In the meantime, can you help me to tap the screen and share the live? Remember, everything that we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be deemed as legal advice. Thank you so much again for coming on. And, it's always a pleasure connecting with you. I'll try again to answer the questions. But yeah. Can I come to the US if I have a B1, B2 visa already in 2026? Yes, you can. What country are you from though, Gracias? Hello, long life. Thank you so much for coming on. I'm here in Florida, but I want to change to Puerto Rico due to marriage. How long to PR? I assume which is Puerto Rico. I'm here in Florida, but I want to change. Oh, due to marriage. Oh, the processing times. Anywhere from 6 to 18 months, Takiro. All right. I was granted asylum and I'm eligible for a green card. I want you to do that. So reach out to me then, Javis, 850-920-3475, okay? What happened when you get an extension on your conditional green card? So what happens is, after 3 years of you having a green card, then you apply for naturalization and become a U.S. citizen. All right, good morning. If your case is at NVC, can you adjust your status? So no, you won't adjust your status being in Jamaica, right? What you will do is consular processing. So as soon as the NVC schedules the interview, then you go to the embassy and you do it, okay? Good morning. I want to travel to Sierra Leone with my 10-year green card. Can I? That call is up to you and your attorney. Depending on what 1-520. I don't know why you're asking me questions here. You have my number. You can reach out to me. Jamal Carmel, I don't know how comes. Even, yes, the J1 hardship waiver, that's kind of what I would suggest. The hardship. Third safe country applies to pending asylum USCI since 2020. Yes. Yes. Because here's the question. Is there another country that, are there other countries that you could have gone to and live a good life and you would not be in danger, but the US? That's a question. What about N400 for those who got green card through DV lottery? If you already have a green card through DV lottery, then that doesn't affect you. If someone has an asylum pending for 7 years, can family member visit from Jamaica using their address? Yes, they should be able to. What about N400? Somebody says my work permit was denied, but my hearing is in 2029. Before my case was on ice, they sent it to court. So let me ask you a question. What is the reason for the denial of your work permit? My mom filed for her kids in 2022. Now, how long after do you think we will wait? Your mom is a U.S. citizen? Your mom is a U.S. citizen, and tell me about the ages of the kids. All right, no problem. Go ahead and give us a call, 850-920-3475. Someone says, after I have 48-month extension, how long should I wait to file? So after having a green card for 3 years. All right. Mine was not answered at all. But maybe I didn't see it. Can U.S. citizen file I-130 for a spouse from banned country? Yes, they still can. They still can. How long does it take to get your green card? Once it's approved, it typically takes that 1 to 2 weeks for you to get it. All right. Somebody says, right, hey, Tamika Thomas, how are you? Somebody says, all right. Somebody says, my mom has been waiting. My mom has been waiting for her last interview to get her green card. How long can it take? Months? Year? It can take some time. All right. Somebody says, how long does VAWA take? 1 to 3 years. It's taking up to 4 years now for some people. I'm a Nigerian and a green card holder. Can I still file for my mom to visit? Well, you can't file for your mom as a green card holder. You can't file for your mom. You need to be a U.S. citizen. All right. I have a B1 visa. Should I wait in my home country or stay here? My wife is a citizen. Your B1 visa doesn't allow you to stay here. allows you to visit and go back. So if your wife is adjusting your status while you're here, you know, that may be an option. Or if your wife is doing consular processing, that may be also an option, okay? Somebody is asking, all right, guys, can you tap the screen for me and take me to 30K likes, please? Please. Sorry about that. My question was not answered. Guys, if your question was not answered, perhaps I didn't see it, you can reach out to us for one-on-one chat, 850-920-3475. Abusive, what should I do? Who's abusive? Your spouse? Let's talk, 850-920-3475, and let's see if you qualify for a VAWA. How long I-130 take for adult when mom is a citizen? Long time, maybe up to 10 years or so. All was under 50 years old. Who was under 50 years? Oh, the children. Oh, yes, it's going to take a long time, maybe up to 10 years or more. All right, so Fire Queen is asking, can I deport myself without problems at the airport? Oh, yes, definitely. So if you would like to self-deport, you have the option of using the CBP Home app, or you can just buy your ticket. And when you go to the airport, all they want to see is your passport, and all they want to see is your passport and your boarding pass, and that's it. Nobody cares about whether or not you can come back or not after you travel. So yes, self-reporting is actually pretty smooth. All right, you just know that once you go to that airport and you go on that plane, you will not be able to come back. All right. Hey Jay, I didn't hear your reply. USCIS withdrew denial on I-45. How long for a new decision? I'm not sure. Normal processing time, I would say, so give them at least another 6 months or so. All right, somebody says, are they still offering waivers for international teachers? You mean like the J1 waivers? Some people get approved, some don't. All right, how long do NVC take to reach out after the I-130 is approved? Typically within 3 days' time, you get the emails in your email box, okay? So you got to check your email for that. Somebody says, hey Jay, my husband goes on deployment in January and nothing has started yet. I'm an asylum seeker. Well, you need to start. You need to start working. Start applying for that case, man. Hi, I filed for my wife in one of the banned countries. Is it affected? Yes, more than likely it is going to be, it's going to have an effect on the case. How long I-130 take for adult mom? Yeah, and I tell you up to 10 years. Just joining. How about VAWA? You have to make sure that you properly screen yourself for these VAWA applications now, as you know that they have changed the rules, okay? If you have 10-year green card, but only live in America for 2 years and 5 months, can you apply for citizenship? No, 2 years and after 3 years. All right, my wife visa was refused because of the 212F. What can I do? Or visa. So visas are discretionary. All right, can U.S. citizen file I-130? Yes. Nigerian passport holder already issued B1, B2 visa. No, you cannot enter. I got a visit from USCIS and they said it was an address verification. What's gonna be next? Look out for an RFE, a notice of intent to deny, or an approval. All right. Hello, I'm from Nigeria and I filed K1 for my wife, but denied no. So your wife, so yes, you can file I-130. All right, you can file I-130. When is the pause on decision for asylum ending? That we don't know. maybe in another 3 years. My wife visa was refused because, yes, and I said as visas are discretionary. Good morning. I came across the border and I got married, but my husband wasn't divorced. Now he's being, wow. So your marriage was not even real. And when I say real, I mean, you're kind of really not married if your husband was married when he married you. You see what I'm saying? So there's some sort of fraud right there. When you got approved for your I-130, how long does it take to get the green card? So the 485 has to be approved first before you get the green card, okay? All right. Somebody says, when is the... Best things to take for interview for marriage. Everything that shows proof that the marriage is legitimate. So all the additional evidence, right? So if say, for example, you applied in January and your interview is in December, you need to take bank statements from January to December. You need to take any updated lease, photos, any updated affidavits, all the bills from that time that shows both of your names, your tax return transcript, everything that has your name on there that shows proof that the marriage is legitimate, okay? Somebody says, how long does it take to get an interview I-130? It depends, right? It depends on your priority date, all right? My son is a citizen. Can he file for me? No, yes. If he's 21 or older, you can file. Shane, you were calling? 850-920-3475. Call again and somebody will answer you. All right. Somebody says best thing to take to my interview for marriage. I think I just answered that. I have to go back to my country for my US spouse to file for me if I'm in Canada illegal. More than likely. But don't quote me on that. All right. My uncle came across the border. If he gets married to his girlfriend now, can that change anything? Yes, it could help him in his process. I got an RFE for my daughters who was 7, but they didn't stay what they wanted, or stepfather file. Do you want us to talk and let's look at the RFE and see exactly what they're asking for? 850-920-3475. Reach out to us. If you want to do a waiver, go ahead and reach out to us, sweet. It's call us at 850-920-3475 and let's look at it, okay, for you. After US says visit the home, I haven't updated, and that's normally no. Sometimes they'll take 120 days after, and then they'll send you something. So that's pretty normal. All right, guys, keep tapping the screen and sharing the live. Okay, we're talking US immigration. Everything we're talking is to be understood as educational resources. None of it is legal advice. Come on, guys, bring me to 40K likes, please, 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 pretty please. All right. Good morning. I'm from Jamaica and I did overstay for 2 years because my mom's sickness, and I'm here 11 years now. Okay. What have you done? For the 11 years a day, you're not find a man yet, or a woman or somebody married? If me and my husband is working in different states, can we still file taxes jointly? Yes, you should. Yes, you should. Somebody keep asking, how about VAWA? Like, what about VAWA are you asking though? So if you get approved, I-130 means you're qualified to get approved for the green card. Yes, you're partially qualified. So your I-130 is approved. It means that they think your marriage is good. Your marriage is legitimate. That's what they think. All right. I'm in the country 8 years now. Can my son file for me? If your son is a US citizen, yes. And if you had good entry, yes. Can US citizens file for I-130 for Benin? You know, y'all not listening. This man not listen. You're asking the same question over and over. And I'm telling you the same answer over and over. Yeah, the processing has changed. It's going to become more difficult. But yeah, you can file the I-130. All right. Do you have a checklist for prep questions? Yes, I do have a checklist. I have a lot of resources for questions for those persons who are going in for their marriage-based green cards. I have a book on Amazon, and I also have I have a calendar that I made for 2026. Oh, I made a 2026 calendar, and so this is the 2026 calendar I made. right? But the good thing is at the back of the calendar, you have approximately 100 questions that you may be asked in your interview. All right, so here's the calendar for 2026, and here are the questions. So I guess what I need to do now is to find out where the immigrants them are and then put them under the door. All right. You know what? I could go to like Jamaican restaurants and stuff like that, drop off the calendars, and so people could take a calendar and they have the questions at the back of it. I think that would work. All right, I think that would definitely work. All right, somebody says, can I travel domestically when I have a pending asylum case? It's your call though, whether or not you want to travel. Now they're saying TSA is sharing information with ICE, so it's your call whether or not you want to travel. Okay. Somebody says, me and my family are green card holders, but my children are still schooling in Nigeria. Okay. Guys, remember everything we're talking is for educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? I applied for VAWA 6 weeks, no response from Homeland. Okay, you should get a receipt soon, all right? If you're 43, but your mom filed I-130 for you and it was approved, so you're waiting on your visa to become current, and once it becomes current, then you'll be scheduled for an interview at the embassy, okay? Hey, my husband tricked me to thinking that he's divorced. Now he's being abusive. Let's talk about it. Let's talk and see if you qualify for a VAWA. 850-920-3475. Text us or call us. 850-920-3475. The address on the medical is not on the 485. Can that be a problem? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe they may not even recognize it. Did you study law in Jamaica? I did started my law degree in Jamaica. But I never finish it, and I had him story there. Jay, can you still get married while waiting on your J1? Yes, you can. All right. Is there a way I can extend their stay? Yes, you can apply for a re-entry permit for them. Reach out to us, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Can my younger brother file for me? He's a U.S. citizen in the Army. Yes, but it's still going to take 20 years. All right. How long it takes to bring my spouse from Barbados? 1 to 2 years. Somebody says, how long it takes to get a receipt notice for VAWA? Right now, they're coming within 30 days' time. All right. Somebody says you should do that. All right. Somebody says, how long does it take? I think I answered that. I answered that too. And here in Georgia, you're going to drop them off. Yes, here in Georgia, that's where I'm going to drop them off. Hi, I have 2-year green card. Can I travel without a travel document? Yeah, man, Courtney, you always ask that question, no, Courtney? If the green card is a travel document, so yes, you can travel. All right, Courtney? All right, Shane, no problem. Morning, I believe there is now a cost when applying for green cards. Yeah, there's always a cost. Good morning, Jay. If you're supposed to owe taxes, how do we file next year? Yeah, man, you can file next year and just pay the taxes that were owed for the last year. I'm in the state of Georgia. All right, I'm in the state of Georgia. All right, Shane, yeah, man, may I respond to you? Are they approving asylum seekers? They're paused. Remember, they've paused decision on asylum. Applying for security clearance job in the military. Does this affect my mom since no citizenship? It shouldn't. As long as your mom is not living in the same house with you. Officer came to our house, took pics, and it's been 69 days, no update from them. They're surely going to write you soon. Don't worry. I'm willing to report someone from Africa. He lied and found out he was married. I'm so sorry to hear that, Adriana. But you have to do what you have to do, right? Somebody says applying for security. I think I answered that. I have an active student status and a pending asylum. How do I proceed to drop my case for another. What case? What other case are you trying to add? Because if you qualify for something, as you don't need to drop anything, just apply for it. Hey, GMJ, if your spouse owes taxes, I think I answered that. He wants simplified dissolution of marriage. Is that can that affect my VAWA case? No. All right. Hello, just join. What other ways outside of marriage can you get a green card? It really depends on your situation. There are humanitarian options and there are employment-based option. But if you're in the US and you're out of status, employment-based options may not work for you, but humanitarian options may. All right. Sometimes though, because you're in the US and you're out of status, your options become limited, and most times you're left to just doing, getting married or something of that sort. What is to expect after an intense Stoke interview with a few answers not matching? So they will either make the decision to approve it or they will send a notice of intent to deny. If you get a notice of intent to deny, I take pleasure in answering those pressures. You can reach out to us, 850-920-3475, okay? Okay, I will call you to extend their stay. No problem. How much longer do I have to wait for a decision? I've gone 2 years now for my VAWA. Maybe another 1 to 2 years, okay? All right. Somebody says, do you only work in Georgia? No, I work all over in the US. It doesn't matter where you're at. And if you're outside of the US too, yes, I can also help you. Follow up e-visa or Einstein. What gives the Einstein visa is the better option, right? Because visas are readily available and it leads to a green card. Can one hire a lawyer to push I-130? You sure can. Am I able to report someone from Africa? Elite, you can do anything you want to do in this world. Once you believe that, yes, you can. Can I seek asylum? No, you can, but there's a pause on the decisions for those. Good morning. I have a question. Go ahead and ask your question. All right. Guys, if you're calling and you didn't get, try calling again, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. All right. If your spouse have a felony for 12 years and they denied, is expunged. Can he file for you? Yes, depending on what it is though. If it's something, an Adam Walsh crime or something like that, you might need to be cautious in what you're doing. Jim, after marrying, how long does it take to get the work permit? You first have to file, and you may not even get the work permit. The processing is taking anywhere from 6 to 18 months right now. I have a pending asylum. Should I go for my ICE appointment? If you have an ICE appointment, yes, you should attend. Jay, so can you do marriage? Can you do married and separate? What that mean? How long it takes to get the work permit for I-3C? Maybe 9 months, thereabout. What is administration process means after an interview? Administrative processing means that they're doing some more investigation. I've gone 2 years. Yes, it may take you 2 more years. If you have removal, is it safe to travel? Travel where? To work? If you have removal, anywhere you should be traveling right now is work. All right, where do I report him so this doesn't happen to anyone else? Oh, I don't know. What did you file for him? I work all over in the US. Can you explain Einstein visas? Going from a J1 teacher? Do you have like a PhD? What extraordinary ability do you have? Because when you think about Einstein visa, you're thinking about extraordinary abilities. All right. It's been almost 4 months and I still haven't received any receipt notice for VAWA. That's normal. It may take you up to 6 months to get one. All right. Can I give you a call, please, when you come off? Sure. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. No, I do not work in Canada. Hey, can my fiance still file K1 visa if the country's under partial ban? You still can, but I don't think it may get approved. All right. Are they still approving J1 visas? In some cases, they are. Can a U visa be expedited? No. Nikkei boss, no, but I do have one on the team. Just joined pending asylum work permit valid. Can I travel domestically? You sure can. Can I give you a call? Sure. What is, I think I answered that. I have a green card, but up. Your green card is up, then you need to file for the renewal or the removal of the conditions. All right. How long a U.S. citizen take to file for a child over 21? It may take up to 10 years. All right. Pauline says it's a DUI. Then you should be fine. Guys, can you bring me to 50K likes, please? Help me to go to 50K likes, please. If someone is in deportation for 7 months and get married, can they still adjust their status? How did they enter? How did they enter? I want to file for an adjustment of status, but I live in Maine. Nothing wrong. Maine is a part of the US. You can file for adjustment of status. You want us to help you? Sure. Doesn't matter where you're at. Officers came to our house, took pictures, and it has been 69 days. That's normal. That's normal. I'm going to give you a call when you're off. No problem, Claudia. All right. Somebody says, how long does it take? How long does a change of status take for an H-1B holder if the dad is a U.S. citizen? Change of status. You're going to do an adjustment of status. You can't do an adjustment of status anyway. That has to file for you and then you do consular processing. I have a green toy. Okay. But it's expired. How long can I go about renewing it? Right now. Call us. Let's do it for you today. 850-920-3475. Stacy, no. I have one on the team though. If you're married, how long it takes to get a work permit. It really depends. You may not even get one. All right? How do you mean in some cases? In some cases. Remember, each case is different, you know. Yes, guys, you can call us 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Go ahead and call us right now or text us and we'll be happy to help you. How long does it... Yeah, as I talk about that, I don't know if it's a change of status you want to do. Do they still give work permit to people from partial ban countries? Right now, I don't know what they're giving from what they're not giving. What I do know is that they're making the process harder for you to even change or adjust status. All right, even if you're here or outside. Withholding safe place. Withholding... I wouldn't say with this administration is not so safe because they can send you to a third safe country. What do you mean? It depends on some cases based on J1 waiver. That's what I'm saying. So some people they get approved and other people they're denied. So it really depends. Depends on your case and the facts of your case. All right. Somebody says the border they filed for asylum. Okay, so they may not be able to adjust status if they were not paroled when they entered through the border. So you know, that makes the situation even a little bit more difficult. All right. If I came here in someone else's name, can I get straight? It will take a lot, but it's possible. All right. How long administration processing take? It really depends. All right. Good morning. I'm on an H-2B program. I would like to get a 10-year visa. All right. So you can apply for the visa and then you have to go back to your home country and do the interview. All right. Can a lawyer put in your papers and get the green card and you are not married? I don't think so. I don't think so. You applied for a fiancé visa and it's been a year. I'm so sorry. All right. What everyone wanted to come to America. If you have an approved asylum, then yes. Can a child that has been adopted and now 21. Is there anyway? Yes. No. No. So if the child was adopted, the child cannot file for the biological mom. No. I understand. It perhaps doesn't make sense for you, but it makes sense for others. But I do understand and respect your opinion. I just like the way you go direct to answer the questions. Thank you. Somebody says, what about VAWA? Oh my God. Somebody says, what about VAWA if the home country is on the list? I mean, VAWA is going to take 3 to 4 years anyway. By the time your VAWA is approved, this administration is gone out of power. You understand? Can citizen dad do adjustment of status to H-1B holder? No. Is it normal to wait on your work permit 2 months after filing AOS? Yes. Sometimes it may not even be approved. Okay? How long it takes to apply for your driver's license when you're married and you're on the H-2B. So here's the thing. You have to get like your work permit or something like that in order to apply for the driver's license. Is it natural to get work permit 10 months now and not hear anything on your green card? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And not because you get the work permit means that your green card even is going to be approved, okay? Hi, it's been 3 months since my asylum interview and nothing. What should I do? Give them up to 6 months and then you start following up. All right? I have an appointment to report to ICE and I have reported 3 times before. Is there any risk for me? Were there any risk the 3 times when you report, Leo? What if your J1 2-year rule waiver was denied and you are now undocumented? Let's explore other options. Call us 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Good morning, Jay. Thank you for all your information. Keep up the good work and helping people. My pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on. How can a citizen dad help H-1B? He can file the I-130, and once it's approved, the person can do consular processing, but it may take up to 10 years or so. Understand? It may take up to 10 years or so. Guys, help me to tap the screen. Trying to go to 50K likes real quick, guys. Good morning, Kiffin, Taji. How you doing? Somebody says, thank you so much for answering my call. I do appreciate it. My pleasure. Somebody says, thank you. I'm going to call you. No problem. 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Happy New Year to you when it comes to all the best in all of your business endeavors. Cutisha, thank you so much for coming on. Guys, I'm going to tap the screen trying to go to 50K likes. Remember, you can join the team by clicking the army beside my name. We're talking U.S. immigration again. Everything we're discussing is for educational purposes. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? Somebody here says, what is your recommendation on H-1B holder getting a green card already married to a non-citizen? Then you want to look at one of the employment-based options, Einstein visa, EB2, something like that. Look at one of the employment-based options, okay? Can the 5-year EAD give you a real ID? Yes, depending on the state that you're in, it can give you a real ID. In Georgia and in Florida, yes, it definitely gives you a real ID, and I think in New York also. I did my N400 6 months now and still nothing as yet, okay? That's normal too. Just wait. Something is gonna happen soon, I promised you. Somebody says, no, I have a pending asylum and I need to report for the 4th time. Go ahead and report. If you don't report, then they may put a warrant out for your arrest. All right. What if immigrants cross the border, was paroled with I-94, when is the best time to adjust their status? If they might adjust their status now, what are they waiting on? Give us a call, 850-920-3475. All right, somebody says, I'm on the H-2B program. Should I get married before my visa expires? Is your call. You get married whenever you want to get married. You get married because you're in love. All right? And you get married when you can afford it. Right? You get married when you can afford it. All right? My mom country on partial ban list. She just received her interview date. Would she be denied? I'm not sure that she's going to be denied. All right. What happened after USCIS dismiss your case after denial? Then they place you in removal proceedings, Rochelle. J, biometrics was done in May for asylum, but haven't heard anything yet. Have you applied for the work permit? Samantha Brown says, are you Jamaican? Do I look like it? Do I look like it, Samantha? Somebody says, thank you so much. After the employment-based, what would be the best? So the employment-based option is going to lead you to the green card. Okay. Somebody says, can I transfer to US with associate degree? You perhaps could. Good morning, anointed child. Blessings. All right, no problem. Emmy, thank you so much. Somebody says, I just love the way how you answer. Thank you so much, Irie girl. Somebody says, how long after removal of conditions approved, they will schedule N400. Have you applied for the N400? Have you applied for the N400? Somebody says, I know someone who filed adjustment to status and got an interview for biometrics and an interview under 3 months. That's good. I know somebody who applied and got, 2 weeks after applying, they got interview scheduled. And I have done a case where they were issued a green card in 2 months without no interview. So we have done a lot and I've seen a lot. All right. My brother's VAWA was filed and sent in June, but still no receipt notice. It's normal. It's unfortunately normal, and you should get the receipt notice pretty soon, okay? Will I get my social security? If I get my work permit, you have to apply for the social security. So once you get the work permit, you apply for the social security, go into the office and do what is required to get it. Do you know any states offering employment-based green cards? All 50 states. You just have to find an employer, or you can do one of those EB1 or EB2, you can self-petition, right? It says you finding an employer or you self-petition. All right. Hey, Scottish. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning. Do I speak French? No, I wish I... All right. Hey, Scottish. Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much. Good morning. Do I speak French? No, I wish I did. No, I really wish really wish. It was supposed to be double interview, but they ask for extra stuff. Okay. My daughter is out of school now. The person who was sponsoring her having financial problems. So what? I need to understand the full situation. If a person that have overstayed and sibling files, would they have to go back home? Yes, and that's going to be rough. That's going to be rough. All right, because them overstay. How does invitation letter used to be? I mean, I don't know if the invitation letter helps you, but you can always get one and go. Do you know any company doing H2B program? Unfortunately, I do not. Yes, the number is on WhatsApp, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, I filed, did biometrics, got RFE, biometrics, respond to RFE, got prima facie, but nothing over 6 months. That's normal. That's normal. Jay, how is the speeding process now? What speeding process? How long C31 ADs in Nebraska? It may take up to 9 months. It may take up to 9 months. The cost for a consultation, guys, is $97. $97 is the cost for a consultation. Go ahead and book yours today, okay? $97 is the cost for a consultation. All right, if you want to book your consultation with me, text or call 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, my friend submitted her I-130, I-131, 785, and adjustment of status since May, and she has not received anything. Has she gotten receipt notices? Did she do her biometric? What happened for her? You said only saw a form. What does that mean, Barbie? What does that mean? All right. I'm finna stand up. Okay. Somebody says, how long you have to wait? How long do you have to wait? Sorry. Let me fix this. All right. All right, so somebody's asking, I'm calling but no answer. Maybe because somebody else is on the line. So go ahead and send us a text message or something and we'll respond to you. How long do you have to wait for your interview? I'm on 30 and 45. Typically, the process takes anywhere from 6 to 18 months, all right, for that to happen. To renew EADC 31 in Nebraska Center, I don't know if Nebraska is where you send the renewal of EAD. So I have to double check that. I don't know that Nebraska is where you send that. All right, she has done her biometrics and her medical, non-work authorization, no interviews into me. That's normal. That's normal. All right, somebody says, how long is the process for cancellation of removal? So cancellation of removal is typically done inside court. And so you have to be in court in order to do that. And it depends. It's almost like you go to your individual hearing, but you're going there to do cancellation of removal. Good day. I did not travel. You didn't travel? Where were you supposed to travel to? Is VAWA cases moving faster? Well, the receipt notices, yes, those are moving pretty faster. Somebody says, how long do you have to wait for your green card for marriage-based petition after interviewing? So they typically tell you 120 days, and then after 120 days that they will either make a decision on the case or request any evidence or anything that is needed, okay? But yes, you are also getting VAWA receipt notices faster. Somebody says, how can I find out where your form is? What form? How can I find out where your form is? What form are you talking about? The process for cancellation of removal? No, as I said, you have to be, it's in court, and it's almost like preparing any other case for court, and once you're scheduled for individual, that's where they'll hear the cancellation. Somebody's asking, how long after biometrics do you get citizenship letter? So after biometrics in the citizenship process or the naturalization process, you're then scheduled for an interview, and then you have to first go in for the interview. Once you go in for the interview and you've passed the interview, then that's where you'll be scheduled for your oath ceremony. Okay? Somebody says, can I travel abroad? I have guardianship green card. If you have a green card, yes, you can travel abroad. All right. Somebody says, good morning. Can my brother or sister petition for me if you don't have the same last name? Yes, your brother or your sister can petition for you, but these petitions are taking up to 20 years to be approved. So I want you to bear that in mind, okay? Somebody says, can I travel abroad? Once you have a green card, you're allowed to travel. All right. Somebody says, if I have the opportunity to do marriage-based green card while filing VAWA, should I do it? So here's the thing. Once, if you have a VAWA that's pending, once you get married and you file a new adjustment to status, then it cancels out that VAWA that you had pending. All right. Somebody says, OMG, I keep messing up with my nails. I don't know what that means. Somebody says, any update on pending asylum? Remember, there's a pause on asylums right now. And so if your asylum is with the USCIS, you're not going to be getting a decision on your case. But if your asylum is with the court, they're still scheduling individuals and they're still hearing cases. Okay? Somebody's asking if you get your work permit and social security, it's a must that you do biometrics. You would have gotten your biometrics before that, but if they request that you do a biometrics, then yes, go ahead and do your biometrics. All right. Somebody says it cancels VAWA, but it won't work faster. They are scheduling marriage-based interviews pretty faster. So you may get your marriage-based interview scheduled within anywhere from 6 to 18 months. I had my interview 2 weeks ago. I had my biometrics done and I missed the interview with USS. You missed the interview with USS. How did you do that? Try to get rescheduled real quick before they place you in removal, okay? Good morning. Can someone join the army if they aren't a U.S. citizen? No. You can only join the army if you have a green card. So you need to be either a U.S. citizen or you have a physical green card in your hand. Then you can join the army. Okay? If I travel on my passport, not U.S., how long can I stay out of the country? It depends. If you are a green card holder, you should not spend more than 6 months outside. All right? Somebody says never received the mail. Well, call them and see if you could reschedule the interview. What does two-finger biometrics mean? Two-finger biometrics? Can I travel on my travel documents? You can, but talk to your attorney before you decide to travel. Somebody says, how long BIA reopen asylum cases? The BIA is pretty slow, okay? So it may take a long time for the BIA to even look at your case, all right? Somebody says, I'm a US citizen. Well, congratulations. All right, let me see. I think I missed some questions up here. Guys, it's indeed a pleasure talking with you today. Honestly, you don't know what all of this means to me that you are here with me. Again, if you want to do a one-on-one chat with me, go ahead and text or call us 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Also, on the 10th of January, I am having a free workshop for persons who are looking to apply for their citizenship. So it's a free naturalization workshop. I invite you to attend, invite your friends to attend. It's on Saturday, the 10th of January at 11 a.m. And I'm looking forward to hosting and assisting all of you. Okay? Somebody says, I'm a green card holder married to a U.S. citizen. Okay, congratulations. So you're just waiting to file your citizenship now, right? How long have you been married to a U.S. citizen? I filed November. I've interviewed in January. Congratulations on that too. Can someone still apply for asylum? Yes, but there's a pause on the adjudication of asylums. Okay. Good morning. Can I do citizenship? I still married to my husband, but not living together. We have to talk about that. Somebody says, can you help me with my citizenship? Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Somebody says, how long does it take for a child over 21 to get through? It really depends. All right, when they're gone over 21, then we look at priority dates. All right. I have a VAWA approved, but BIA did not open my case. Reopen. What can I do? What was the reason for them not reopening your case? All right. And what was the reason for your case closing in the first place? I did my interview months ago and it went well, but I haven't heard anything yet. Unfortunately, that is normal, Mr. Black. Let's hope that they make a decision soon, or maybe you could reach out to them. How long does it take to get approved? To get adjustment of status approved? Anywhere from 6 to 18 months. All right. How long does a T visa take? It may take up to 3 years thereabout. Somebody here says, good day, very informative, keep up the good work, thank you. Somebody says, how long can I get married after overstay? You can get married whenever you're in love. All right. All right. Can an H-1B holder start a business? Yes, they can start a business. Can you start a business and then sponsor yourself a green card? No. My asylum is denied, but my VAWA is approved. Okay, so you got an asylum denied and that placed you in removal. Yeah, I see why. It's kind of rough. Make sure you consult with an attorney and see how they can help you with that. Can a green card holder file for a sister? No. Green card holders cannot file for sister. Only U.S. citizens can. All right, somebody says, if a person on a 3C leave and get back skilled worker visa, I don't know. Can you help with my green card application? Yes, we do this every day. Call us 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. I'm a U.S. citizen, but I travel on my U.S. passport. Hold on, so if you're a U.S. citizen, you can stay outside as long as you desire. You can stay as long as you desire. All right? All right, somebody says, good morning. Green card expires in 7 months. What's the first step to go forward? The first step, Cassandra is giving us a call, 850-920-3475. Call us and let's help you to go through this process, okay? All right, somebody says he would not go to the lawyer. Somebody says he would not go to the lawyer to sing She Is Stuck. Okay. Can you help me with my green card? Yes. Go ahead and reach out to us, 850-920-3475. Can someone who came through the border still get a work permit? Yes, they can. If they file maybe an asylum or something like that that qualifies them for a work permit. I have an approved VAWA. I applied for it 5 October 5th. No receipt yet. No, do not be worried. It's normal, unfortunately. Hello, is it safe to travel abroad with a dismissed case from 8 years ago? Your call. Your call. You know that you're a U.S. citizen or a green card holder. Which one? Where do you live? I live in Georgia. Is it possible if the asylum is denied and VAWA is approved, I have a chance to get a green card? If you're already ordered removed, then it becomes challenging. Can a teacher do self-petitioning? Yes, the teacher can. The teacher can, the teacher can. You just have to strategize properly. Good morning. How long can you stay in the US with a K1 after getting married within the 90 days? So if you came to the US on a K1, you got married within the 90 days, then you'd want to file what we call the adjustment of status. And once you file the adjustment of status within 6 to 18 months, they'll adjudicate that case and then you'll get your green card. All right. Somebody says you can text or call 850-920-3475. That's text or call 850-920-3475. Can you still file asylum for someone that's overstayed for 5 years? Wow. That you have overstayed for 5 years and now is when you're looking to file an asylum, you can if you have reasons to show that your situations have changed while you're just trying to file now. But there's a pause in asylum. Asylum is messy right now. You don't want to file asylum right now and find yourself in removal proceedings. How can I get a green card? You first have to qualify for one. All right. Somebody asked, do you help with EB2 for teachers? Yes. Call us 850-920-3475. All right. Somebody says, do you help? Yeah. Good morning. How long does it take for a child to be approved? Where's the child located? In or outside of the US? Does consular processing still work for minors? Yes. Yes, I'm Jamaican for those who are asking. If the child is outside the US, it will take 1 to 2 years, okay? My wife came on a K1 visa. We met for the interview. We forgot the marriage certificate. And then they ask you to submit and you have submitted it, and now you wait for them to make a decision. All right. Hi, Jay. Are people that were given green cards started the process? Started what process? Yes, we do have been helping a lot of people who are in removal proceedings because we do have an attorney that takes care of the removal proceeding cases. So if you are such a person and you want to reach out to us, then sure, we have an attorney, 850-920-3475. Can I just apply for a visitor visa? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You need to show proof that you have ties back in your home country. You're not going to come here and run off. Okay? How can a Canadian get citizenship? How can a Canadian citizen get a green card? They have to qualify for it like anybody else. All right. What can be done after OPT? Maybe you want to try an employment-based option, EB2, EB3, something like that. All right. Somebody says, I've been in the US for 10 months now with a K1 visa. I got married within the 90 days, but you did not file your adjustment of status? Yeah, so talk to your husband and let him file the adjustment of status. You can reach out to us if you want some help. 850-920-3475. Somebody says here, Jay, to be honest, I'm a little confused when you said it depends on J1 waiver. So here's the thing, Irie girl, not everybody gets approved for the J1 waiver. A lot of people are getting denied, but there's some people who are still being approved. And so that's why I'm saying it depends. It depends on your situation. You're applying for of this waiver on what basis, right? And so when you have, position and proven your case, you may be approved or you maybe not. It may not be convincing enough. All right. All right, you said you did not file yet. Go ahead and file. My husband just got here on a visa. Can I do adjustment of status for him? So typically, they'd say you wait after 90 days and then you file. But in the meantime, you can start putting together the evidence to show proof. How soon can I get a lost passport renewal? You should be able to get it pretty soon. You could even go by one of the passport office if you're close to it. Marriage-based green cards, how to go about it. Give us a call, 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. That's the best way to go about your marriage-based green card process. We'll help you throughout the journey. Somebody says, how do you know if someone has a ban after being deported? Once you're deported, you're typically barred. from re-entering for 10 years, maybe 3, depending. Mother file for daughter and over 18, how long it takes? It may take 1 to 2 years, maybe 3, especially if the child is under the age of 21. Whoa, I can't believe I've not been on here for 2 hours yet. I cannot. Guys, for pricing, we have to do a one-on-one talk to see what your situation is. Again, to chat with us or to chat with me, $97. You could text or call 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475 to get the link to book your one-on-one consultation with me. Okay? Yes, you can call the number now. Yes, you can. Good day, Jay. Please, are they still approving work permit for Sierra Leone people? I don't have anybody from Sierra Leone, so I am not sure. Okay? Somebody says 5K to anyone who's going through hard time. Message me, God did it. Okay? Somebody says my country is banned by the US, but I have to file my I-140 since March this year. I cannot say definitively whether or not it's going to affect you. My girlfriend came with a diplomatic visa. Can I file for her? I think diplomatic visa should be able to adjust. If you're in Jamaica and you lost your green card, how do you go about it? Wow. You can file for a replacement. And you can also file for like a re-entry permit in order to come back. Can withholding of deportation get green card? Because you'd have to reopen the deportation case. What happens when USCIS said they close your application? When they close your application, they typically refer you to the court for removal proceedings. How long does VAWA take to approve? 1 to 3 years. Oftentimes we're seeing it taking up to 4 years right now. Hello, can I check? Hello, when can I check waiting periods for a particular country for US citizens sponsoring siblings? You can go online to the USCIS website and look at processing times. Jay, do you have to use a lawyer to do your paperwork when you get married? It's your call. You don't have to, but it's your call. If I'm from one of the banned countries, is there any hope for asylum? Listen, just a little hope. Badman, what's going on? Thank you so much for coming on. How are you doing? Happy New Year, man. When it comes. All right. Hello, are they still giving green cards to marriage? Yes. All right, thank you. All right, somebody says my I-140 has been filed for EB2, but my country. Okay. Can one move from Canada for work with the US pending asylum? May not be possible. You finally did that thing 2 months ago? All right. And has it happened yet? Have you completed the process? Is it safe to travel if you have a travel parole document? That's your call. You and your attorney decide whether or not you're going to travel. All right. Somebody says, how long does it take to file for a child over 21? It may take up to 10 years, 5 to 10 years or about. They're given green cards for marriage even if your country is a part of the banned countries. They're making it harder, but yes, you still can be issued a green card. Do you do passport renewals? For what country? How long does it take to get your husband to the US? It may take 1 to 2 years, thereabout. All right. How can you help to reopen an asylum case granted withholding of deportation? We have an attorney, so you can reach out to us and the attorney will talk to you on how we could help you to get that done. If I'm from one of the banned countries, can I still have my paperwork? Yeah, you still can have it done. Yes. Can I get a job in Canada from Jamaica? Sure you can, but I don't know anything about Canadian immigration. All right. I haven't heard anything yet. Still says pending. All right, cool. How long does it take for asylum-based green card? Normal processing time, so anywhere from 6 to 18 months, but I think there's a pause in that. All right. My daughter is out of school almost 1 year now because of the person's one. So if she's out of school, then she would have lost the F1 status. Marriage-based case interview cancelled. It's because of my country is under travel ban. Okay. So you see, it's affecting some of these cases. All right. If your visa was cancelled for 5 years, is it possible to get it back? There's always a possibility. All right. Always a possibility. Can you migrate to Canada from the US for work? You sure can. Why not? But remember that Canada and the US, they share immigration information, okay? There are people on here demanding answers. If you want to get your answer, text or call us 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Somebody says, if a person have a 2-year ban on the J1 visa, it can be fixed while living in the US with filing a waiver, which they are denying all of them right now. My mom interviews next month from Gambia. I'm scared. Sorry. There's not much more that you can do though. I focus on US immigration. All right. If your daughter is a US citizen and petition for you adjustment of status, how long it takes? It will take anywhere from 6 months to 18 months. So anywhere from 6 to 18 months. Marriage-based case interview cancelled. Is it because of my countries? Perhaps. Perhaps. Somebody's asking, I'm in New York. Where are you located? I'm in the state of Georgia, but it doesn't matter where I'm located, okay? Can I travel abroad safely with a dismissed case? Miss Demeanor as a green card holder. Talk with your attorney now. As of the 26th of December, they will be doing biometrics for green card holders going out and green card holders coming in. All right, so bear that in mind. I'm from one of the banned countries and I was given a month to stay. Can I apply for adjustment of status? Do you qualify for an adjustment of status? If you do, then sure. But, you know, they may not be making a decision on the case. All right. If a person is doing Mimuma, is it urgent? I'm on TikTok. Can you help with sponsorship? I have an admission for university. When you say sponsorship, I need to sponsor you? I have a pending I-130 and 45 since 2024. It can be proof cause of afraid of deportation. What's happening with that case? So what have you done so far on that case? Yes, Irie girl, they're denying a lot of them. Can I use receipt of I-45 and I-130 as proof of? Yes, you can use it. Good afternoon, Jay. How have you been? I've been all right, thank you for asking. Somebody says, how can a green card holder get his fiancé to the US? Green card holders cannot file for fiancé, so you would need to marry that person and then file an I-130. Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Also, could you help me to tap the screen and bring me to 75K likes? I'll definitely appreciate all your support with that. Somebody here is asking what to do. What to do if your renewal 765 is taking longer than 8 months. There's not much that you can do but wait. They were instructed to have you wait that long. I'm a US citizen. Can I travel to Ethiopia for 2? You're a US citizen. You can travel wherever you want to go. How can a green card holder? And I did answer that part already. All right. Can I use abuse that happened before the marriage for I-360? Before the marriage? Maybe not. Before the marriage. You were getting abused and then you still get married? How long does it take after USCIS interview to receive a decision? Typically 120 days, they say. Where my petition from? Oh, I didn't understand that. Can I get a job in? I don't know. Yes, guys, you can message the number 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475. Good morning. My sister filed for me 2000. Up to now, she's a citizen. It typically take 20 years or so. Is it safe to go on a green card interview in Portland? You gotta go. You gotta go. It's a green card, you know. What if you have a, oh my God, guys, you can't ask questions like this. And in the first place, it's illegal. You're talking about business marriage, that's illegal. How old my daughter has to be to file for me? Your daughter needs to be 21 years old in order to petition for you. All right? Guys, remember, paying somebody to marry you for a green card is a marriage fraud. All right? It's illegal. You should not be doing it. All right? I came on an asylum. And I searched my alien number and it says there's no future record. Okay? That's kind of normal. Maybe you're not scheduled yet for a new hearing. All right? Keep working on your relief. IJ, is it safe to travel to another state with a work permit? Sure you can. All right? Sure you can. I have a waiver for my husband. Can you help? Sure, reach out to us, 850-920-3475. When is the best time? When is the best time to apply for a US visa? Anytime. No, today is the best time to apply. All right. After filing for an injury on the job case, taking longer than expected. Okay. So with my petition from my siblings, I understand that the process is 20 years, right? 20 years. Do I get work? No, you don't get work permit. What is my best? My husband can file for us. I want to reapply for Canadian visa. What to do? I don't know. I'm in the state of Georgia. How about if my green card expires, can I still travel in the United States? In the United States, yes. Outside, no. Big Boss, season's greetings here from, thank you so much, Candy. Thank you so much. All right, guys, again, it's a pleasure connecting with you today. Y'all, I'm tired. I am tired. Legit tired. All right, I'm legit tired. All right, somebody says, me and my wife are separated so I can travel outside of the US with a 10-year green card. Yeah, you can. I'm the spouse, J2, and my wife is J1. Can I change my status if my job offers me a green card? You sure can. Can my wife on a work permit file for a US visa? Yeah, man. Yeah, man, she can. If your biometrics were done in the adjustment of status case, how long will it take to hear from USCIS? Doing biometrics it's not an indication that you will even hear from them soon. All right. Good morning. How long does it take to respond after receiving your green card application? Typically within 30 days you get receipt notices, and then after you get receipt notices, then you get what is called biometrics, and then after that then you're scheduled for interview. I just sent you a message on WhatsApp. All right, no problem. I am blessing. Oh my God. If your case is at NVC, can you get a visitor visa? Perhaps, perhaps not. Can I come to the US on a visitor visa and apply for a student visa in the US? You could. How long? Oh my God. How long does filing take to come through? When kids do it, so if your kids are US citizen and they're filing for their parents, 1 to 2 years. All right. Can you still file I-130 with your passport if you can't file? Yes. If you can't file, yes, you can. All right. Yes, that number is on WhatsApp, 850-920-3475. Somebody says, what's the process for submitting an affidavit of support? You have to make sure that the person is making above the poverty level guidelines. You're submitting a job letter. You're submitting last 3 months pay slip. You're submitting last 3 years tax return transcript and proof of citizenship or residency status. Okay. Is it risky to travel on my work permit, asylum documents? It's your call. Your call. Where are you traveling to? My daughter is out of school 1 year now. You are still young, Jay. Don't get tired. Helping people and supporting others is a good thing. I know, but me tired. Tired. No one. All right, guys, if you're calling 850-920-3475 and no one is answering the phone, it's because it's busy. So call this number instead. 850-378-1014. That's 850-378-1014. Guys, 850-378-1014. Make sure you're writing the number down. It's 850-378-1014. All right, so if you're calling 850-920-3475, you're not getting anybody, you can send a text, right? Leave a message. If that won't work for you, then 850-378-1014. All right, that's 850-378-1014. Can I do my ID with I-45, which some states may allow you? All right. Do you do visa application form for the US? I can get you somebody who can do it for you. What happened when you go for your interview and then a month later you got a second interview? Just make sure you go for the second interview, but you got to be prepared, okay? Do you do waiver? Yes, we do. Call us 850-920-3475 or 850-378-1014. Apply for adjustment of status and acceptance confirmation. What's next? Biometrics. As a green card holder, how long does it take for the process to complete for filing for my son? 1 to 3 years. Mom is filing for married child. How long will it take? Maybe up to 10 years. Is this the new way I start having people? What is the new way? How long does it take for parents to file for children over 21? Up to 10 years. All right. Hey guys, how are you going? Somebody says you're going too fast. All right. 850-378-1014. That's 850-378-1014. Once your I-130 is approved, does that mean you are approved for a visa? No. From Ghana, can you help to apply for the US visa? Sure. Call us 850-378-1014 or 850-920-3475. Son file for mom or long before 485 is approved. It may take anywhere from 6 to 18 months. My number is 850-378-1014. That's 850-378-1014 or 850-920-3475. What to do if the officer mistakenly write year in your passport? Mistakenly? I don't understand. I have appealed for a video hearing, but I have not received the confirmation back yet. Okay? It depends on the judge, okay? Can my citizen dad sponsor me if I overstay my visa? It may not be of much help for you. All right? All right, guys. Go ahead and reach out to us, as I said, 850-920-3475 or 850-920-3475 or 850-378-1014. Somebody keep asking, what's my name? My name is up there. How long after acceptance and confirmation is biometrics? Typically within another 30 days time. All right, somebody asked what to do if the officer mistakenly write the wrong year. Okay, in your passport, check your I-94 and see what is there. All right, what if I had a paper, but it's up? Can I get it again? What type of paper? Work paper? Yeah, I mean, if you had a work permit and it's up, yeah, you can. So Mrs. J, you're killing me. Really? Yes, we do assist with EB2. So you can reach out to us. If you overstay your visa for 3 years, then you came back home. How long will it take for you to try again? You overstay a visa, you're barred. All right, you're barred. How long does it take for a citizenship father to file for minor child? 1 to 2 years. Are they still approving green cards even if you're from a partially banned countries? Yes, but they're making it more difficult. My U.S. citizen sister files I-130 10 years ago. Yes, because it takes up to 20 years. So that's why you haven't heard anything yet. All right, it takes up to 20 years. What's the area code to call? 850-378-1014 or 850-378-1014, and then it should be or 850-920-3475. Okay? How long after your interview should they confirm your green card? Ideally, they say in 120 days. For some people, it takes a longer time. Jay, the man left me after finding out I was pregnant. Jesus Christ. Why would he do that? No, sir. I'm sorry. Good afternoon. I'm married to a U.S. citizen and he don't want to put in my paperwork. So I'd call us and let's talk about it. 850-920-3475 or 850-920-3475. All right. Or you can call us at 850-378-1014. What made the man so wicked? Happy holidays. Happy holidays. Good afternoon. I'm married to a U.S. citizen. Yes, call us, man. How long does it take before you can retry back at the embassy? Then what? You applied for a visa and it was denied? Give it some time. Wait a year or so and then reapply. No records. Can I travel back to the U.S. with a green card without being given a hard time? How long have you left the U.S.? And somebody says, how long does it take for a soldier to file for his sister? 20 years. Me and my wife done green card interview 3 months ago, but still hasn't gotten any response. So unfortunately, that's normal. Classic man, it's normal, but I always encourage people to keep putting together additional evidence to show proof that your marriage is legitimate, and then you just submit that, all right? Jay, you're funny as hell. All right, somebody says how long it takes for a marriage-based case to citizen. It could take you 3 years or less. It could take you 3 years or less. All right. Hey, Courtney. All right, me have to go sit down back. I'm on filing and my visa expires next 2 years. Will I get back one? I don't know. How did you use the visa? We put down a down payment, but that's all. Can you file for VAWA and get through? Perhaps, yes. If someone has a protective order, can they still go for interview? Consult with your attorney, before you make any decision, all right? Good afternoon. My son got married in 2023 and not green card unknown. That's normal, unfortunately. I've seen a lot of people in that situation. What's going on? What have they asked for? What was the last thing that happened on their case? As a green card holder, how long can you stay outside of the country without 6 months maximum, sorry. All right. Is it a must to put in all 3 names on days 260? Make sure you complete the form properly. All right. Make sure you complete the form properly. Approximately how long it takes for administrative processing, I cannot tell you. It may take 6 months or so. Can an active military soldier get paroled for his mother? Yes. All right, if you message on WhatsApp, we'll respond to you. Good afternoon. Is it okay to put my citizenship in now and pass? Yes, it is. It is. If you want some help with that, reach out to us, 850-920-3475. All right. Somebody says, good day. Good day. If someone is in the U.S. Army, file for you, how long will it take to come through? Anywhere from 6 to 18 months. All right. Can I ask a question? Sure you can. So I passed my interview. They want more evidence. What time the letter is come citizenship. Check your inbox for check your inbox to see if anything is uploaded there. I'm married and I never get the visa. When I tried last summer, my wife is a teacher in Jamaica too. You can try again. How long does it take for a fiance filing process? Anywhere from 6 to 9 months. Is it all right? Can someone with a 20 years? Said what? Can someone with a 20 years can file for fiancé petition? 20 years? I don't understand that. Those who received their asylum in 2023 are still in the 5 years. Or is it 20 years? I don't understand. Or they're still processing green card application from banned countries? They are, but they're making it more difficult. Some people they've canceled their interview. But they are, and they're making it more difficult. How long before your visiting visa expire can you travel? At least 90 days out. They take away my visa in 2020. So sorry to hear that. I forget to pull all 3 names and it's accepted. Well, that's fine. I'm married in 2024. Put in filing March 2025. How soon can I check? You can always check online, to see what's going on. What have you done already? Do you work in Maryland? Yes, I do. All right. Yes, I do. How long does it take for fiancé filing? As I said, 6 to 9 months. I'm not sure if it's going to be retroactive. I finished my biometrics March 19 for green card. And why is it taking so long? It's normal processing time. If you check with them, they'll tell you that it is within normal processing time. Done. Good job, brother. Always give us. No problem. Thank you. Somebody says, hi. How long does it take for a fiancé? You keep asking the same question over and over. Hey, my son is American. Can you file for? Yes, he can file for you once he becomes 21. All right. Can you travel now? Hello, my friend overstayed the work visa. Can he get married? Yes, if you get married, then you can put in an adjustment to status. Tell him to call us, 850-920-3475. I forget to put... Okay, Jesus Christ. The processing at the consular depends on prior to date and visa availability. All right. I'm filing for my wife from Jamaica. I recently became a U.S. citizen. When update my status, how long? Typically takes 1 to 2 years, Chaddies. My husband put in the filing paper, and my daughter from 2023 all know, and that's normal. Can someone with a 10-year file for fiancé? No, you have to be a U.S. citizen. Hello, my friend overstayed his work visa. Can he get married? Yeah, man, he sure can. IJ, what's happening with 601 waiver? I'm waiting for over 2 years. Yeah, they're taking anywhere from 2 years to 4 years right now, honestly. I sent a text to the number. We'll respond to it shortly. What if I don't in my paperwork as yet, but I look about it? That's fine. IJ, good afternoon. Anything new with 601 waiver? As I said, they're taking anywhere from 2 years to 4 years. All right, 601 waivers are taking a long time. My dad filed for me and my son was on it, but he aged off. How can I go about it? So once you get your green card, then you petition for your son. How long does it take to get my citizenship? How long have you had a green card? That's the question. How long have you had a green card? I've already been waiting for over 2 years now, because then call him and ask him to expedite the case for you. All right. How long does it take to get your citizenship after you put it in? It's typically within 3 to 6 months time. All right. Someone says, how long would it take? It may take a long time. It may take a long time. Guys, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Also, help me to tap the screen to go to 80K likes. Thank you so much. We're talking U.S. immigration, and everything we're discussing is educational resources. None of it should be understood as legal advice, okay? Good afternoon. Can someone without papers travel to different state? I would tell them to stay put right now. Understand that TSA is sharing information with ICE, okay? Good afternoon. Now, soon after being married to a USA citizen, can the filing start the next day, as long as you have all the evidence you need to show proof that the marriage is legitimate, okay? Are they applying for ACA asylum, cooperative agreement? And people came, I don't know what that is. Do I need to hire a lawyer if I apply for F1 visa and I'm married to a US citizen? It's always best to work with an attorney. If you can't afford one, maybe you could find a consultant or somebody. All right? For example, I'm a consultant and I could help you. All right? Can one claim asylum following separation and DV record, which led to dependent visa cancellation? You're asking something about the UK. We're talking US only. I'm sorry. All right. Somebody says Trump stopped the green card lottery. Yes, they've stopped the green card lottery program. Good morning. How long can I get my grandson through the court to come to the USA? You first have to file for your grandson, and then after that, then that's when you'll be able to petition for your grandson. I mean, when I say file, file for custody. We are separated and he's not a citizen. I want to study in a different state. Okay. She's a green card holder. No, I'm not in New York. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Atlanta. So if I'm married to a US citizen and my J1 waiver didn't get approved, then we work on a hardship waiver instead. How long does it take for my grandma to file for her daughter? Her daughter add her kids on it. Grandma to file for her daughter is going to take up to 10 years. All right. Grandma is a green card holder, so grandma can't file for her daughter. Well, yes, but it's going to take up to 10 years or more. Hi, Jay. I have a niece. I have a niece for the past 4 years. She just turned 19, but she has no paper. What can I do? Which means that she has gone out of status, so she might have to start dating. Can I fast track an I-130? I filed for my spouse with the memo from the military. Yes, you can call him and ask for an expedite. Hi, my son is an American and he will be 21 next year. How long will it take for him to file for me? So once he becomes 21, he can file for you and it will take 1 to 2 years, okay? Can I hire you for my F1 visa? Sure. 850-920-3475. How can I get a visa link to the USA? You have to apply for the visa and get it. Can someone travel with their 10-year green card? They have, yes, they can. Can I text the number? Yes, you can text the number up top. Guys, you can text the number up top, 850-920-3475. All right, that's 850-920-3475. 850-920-3475. All right, thank you so much. Do you know any American females who want to marry a Caribbean man? I don't know. Are there any American females on the live that want to marry a Caribbean man? Are there any American females on the live right now that want to marry a Caribbean man? Ghost is available, okay? You can call the number up top, 850-920-3475. Somebody says, all right. No, I'm not in Jamaica. I left Jamaica and I came home. I came home last night. My dad filed for me and my son was on it. You asked me that already, I'm going to tell you all the answers. I'm a citizen from the United States. My daughter was able to file for her U.S. passport under 18. Yes, they're fine. Yes, they're fine because they derive citizenship. I filed for my daughter with green card. It took 7 years. Okay, congratulations. How long I-130 takes to approved? for an overage child with permanent resident parent. Somebody says it took 7 years for them, but it will take anywhere from 5 to 10 years. Okay? Hello, sir. Happy New Year when it comes. Thank you so much, Hilltop. Happy New Year likewise. Somebody says how long it takes for a husband to file for wife. 1 to 2 years. If they're inside the US, anywhere from 6 to 18 months. All right. Somebody says, I have a 10-year green card and my husband abandoned me when he filed taxes and take all the money. I'm so sorry to hear that. Are you qualified for citizenship yet? Have you had a green card for 5 years? I'm married for 3 years to a US citizen, but she's not willing, but she's not filing for me. Can I still apply for a visa and get it? I mean, if you suffer some sort of abuse, you might be able to get VAWA. I'm not in Panama City at the moment. I'm in Atlanta. All right. I'm in Atlanta. Thanks, brother. No problem, Vish. How long after marriage-based interview can you get a decision notice? Sometimes you get it the same day, the day after. Sometimes 120 days. Sometimes even longer. Jay, stop killing me. Really, Abigail, you're laughing. Not bad. Jay, what's up? All is well. Yes, I'm doing good, Arcades. Thank you so much for coming on. Can a U.S. citizen, elderly, fast-track I-130 application for married child? Them a laugh, goes, but me don't know why them a laugh. I don't know why they're laughing. But if there's a U.S. citizen lady on here that is looking for a good Caribbean husband, Ghost is available. All right. I stay in the US for 3 months. Would it be a problem for me to come back? I don't know. My son went back home and overstay. What can I do to bring him back to the US? When you say overstay, what do you mean? How long has your son been outside? How long will it take for my son to file for his mother? I tell you, 1 to 2 years. Are they producing C08AD cards that were approved beginning in December? I would assume that they're producing them. Can someone you're not married to in the UK petition a visa for you? I don't know. I don't know anything about UK. We're talking US immigration, all right? I'm new to your page. Where are you located? I'm located in Georgia. I'm only 3 years in the US. What can I do? I mean, 3 years in the US, what type of status? Is it safe to travel internationally on an extension letter? You actually could travel on it, but talk to your attorney before you decide to. I'm in New Jersey. I really need you. All right, that's fine, Claudine. It doesn't matter where you're at. I can help you. Can a person claim a green card that was approved for Mexico if they're going to live in the US? I don't understand that. Guys, again, if you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. Remember also to tap the screen and share that I've invited your friends to come on in. If a husband visits Jamaica 4 or 5 times per year, could that keep it from happening? Keep what from happening? When are we getting stimulus check? I don't know. You have a right to ask for stimulus check because you got Jamaica go flash. You got Jamaica go flash and you come back, you're broke. Go look at work. That you figure do look at work. Can I travel from New York to Maryland on my Jamaican passport? You can. My mother filed for me. Everything was submitted. How long will it take for me to get a green card? Where are you located? Yes, you can call the number 850-920-3475 and you'll get a link to book a chat with me. I'm married to a green card holder. I'm on removal proceedings. What should I do? So you can't adjust your status because you're married to a green card holder, okay? But make sure that you're working with your attorney to provide some sort of strategy on your case. All right, the attorney will know the best strategy to use for your case, okay? Somebody says, can your husband marry a second time? Can your husband marry a second time and get a green card? I mean, you can marry as many times, what, you didn't get a green card the first time you married? My husband abandoned me and I have a 10-year green card. I don't know what to do. Call us, 850-920-3475. All right? I'm in Atlanta. All right, no problem. I'm in Atlanta too. Somebody says, the file. I don't understand. What's the easiest way to get a green card? Maybe married, I don't know. Hey, Shanti Ice, it's been a long time. The person had applied for asylum in Mexico and got approved, but they are currently living in the US. Oh, yeah, I don't know. They had applied for asylum in Mexico or applied for US asylum. I don't understand. Do you do marriage-based I-45? Person came in with B1. Yes, I do. Yes, yes. My daughter came out September 29 to graduate from Norman Manley Law School. Okay. How about Sage? What about it? If I have an extension pending, can I travel in this state? Yes. All right. Somebody says I travel with my tourist visa, get married to a U.S. citizen, and after 1 year, I left back to my home country. So did you get the green card? Can you talk about CGS? What you want to know about it? Call us 850-920-3475. Jay, can you call me, please? I don't know who's that asking me to call them. But if you think I have your number, then why don't you just send me a message? Jay, if you came to the border, can you marry to a U.S. citizen? Yes, you can. No, he was never divorced when he married a second time. Oh, is the first wife dead? I need citizenship, but I cannot speak English very well. Then I'm ready to apply for citizenship. Well, you got to work on that. All right, you got to work on your English. I just got approved for 10 years, so I can tell you, yes, you can. Hey, Shanti Ice, how are you doing? How are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. All right, I'm a naturalized citizen. I'm getting scared. Why are you scared? I have a school in America, but I'm afraid to apply for a visa. The I-20 is already sent. Apply. All they can do is deny you. She was supposed to leave December 21, but had to extend her ticket. Okay. Hey Jay, how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you so much, Janine. Somebody says I went to come to place. I don't know what that means. I got blocked from Canada Embassy for fraudulent for 5 years. I'm so sorry, can't help you with that. Consultation is $97. Okay, $97. All right. Somebody says hello. I don't have any date. About ceremony, U.S. citizen. They cancel, please. What country are you from? Consultation is for $97. Okay, $97. Wow. So K1 visa has no 2-year green card. Getting divorced and trying to file. Oh yeah, you can reach out to me and I can help you with that. 850-920-3475. I'm a U.S. citizen. Can I travel to Canada? Yes, you can. So I'm asking if that can stop the process from happening. You know, I don't remember because I'm going so fast. I don't remember. After marriage to a U.S. citizen, how much will it cost me to file to get a good time? I'm in the USA. Can I travel to Canada after the... yeah, you sure can. So she won't be able to leave until February. She would expect any problems. How long has she has been in Jamaica? And what is her status? I'm in the USA. Can I travel to Canada? Merry Christmas, Bay Area. Are they pausing naturalization for Nigerian too? I'm not. More than likely they will. I've been trying to sell my property, no buyer. Where's your property located? Do you do marriage-based 45 person? Yes, we do. Incoming, returning to the USA. What does that mean? Can you travel outside of the US on a conditional green card? No, yes, you can. Can you travel outside the US on a conditional green card? Yes, you can. I've been trying to sell my property. It's been 2 years. Where's that property? Why nobody wants to buy it? Because I hear that the U.S. government is revoking the citizenship. So they don't revoke citizenship. They have to denaturalize you, and it's a long and lengthy process, and it's done in federal court. So it's not done in immigration court. It's done in federal court. Can I call you after the live stream? You can call right now, 850-920-3475, and you can book a consultation to talk with me one-on-one. My husband is Syrian and we are DQ'd. Okay, and you're waiting on the visa, okay? Is Syria also banned? I don't remember. My mom has been waiting for interview for her green card. She lives in Haiti and there's a ban on Haiti now, so that's even gonna make it even harder. All right, guys, we've been talking for the last 2 hours and 35 minutes. I'm losing my voice and all of that. I have consultations booked, so I'm gonna take some time to recoup and be ready for my consultations. If you have not yet booked your chat with me, now is the time. Text us 850-920-3475 and get scheduled. It's $97. Or text or call 850-378-1014. That's 850-378-1014 or 850-920-3475. Text or call us right now. Get scheduled for your consultation so we can talk about your situation. Unfortunately, I was not able to answer all the questions here today. I have to go now. I need to go and prepare for these consultations that I have today. I think we may have slots available. If you text or call us, we can get you scheduled. But it was good talking to you guys for the last 2 hours and 36 minutes. It has been a pleasure. If you send me a text message here on TikTok, I'll respond to them. If you text any of the office numbers, I will respond to you if someone has not yet responded to you. If you're seeing me for the first time, go ahead and give me a quick follow. All right, I'm going to be coming on more often and we're going to be talking about U.S. immigration. I'll be answering your questions. I'll be helping you through the process. You don't want to miss that. So give me a quick follow. Click the notification button so that you know when I come live, so that you're here to garner all the information that we're going to be sharing. And I can promise you that is going to be beneficial for you, your family, and even your friends. All right. But again, if you want to book that one-on-one chat with me, it's 850-920-3475. And for all 300 and approximately 50 of you that were here with me today, thank you so much. I'm eternally grateful for all of you. Again, go ahead, text us 850-920-3475. That's 850-920-3475 or 850-378-1014. That's 850-378-1014. All right. Thank you so much again for reaching out today. Thank you so much for being on the live. I appreciate it. Again, call us 850-920-3475 or 850-378-1014. As I said, I have to go now. I have to prepare for all my meetings that I have today. But it is a pleasure connecting with you guys for the last 2 hours and maybe 40 minutes now. Thank you so much. Yes, the number is on WhatsApp, 850-920-3475. Thank you guys. Walk good and I'll see you again pretty soon.